Fair use, fair use, fair use. Hey yo, shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It says pro athletes discuss racism they experienced while playing in Indiana by Taylor House Publishing. Shout out to that brother. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. But I just want to put together something real quick because, you know, here in Indiana, obviously in Martinsville, like that was the start of the Klux Klan, you know, around that area. And they're all through this place, man. You know, I can honestly say that every single job that I've ever had since I was like in my 20s, or maybe even earlier, I've had to deal with racism on the job. Even just recently, I've had to deal with racism on the job. Every single time that I get a job here, every place that I go, you always deal with some proud, very, very obnoxious, like not scared to say what they want to say type of Edomites. So I want you to hear this real quick, and we're gonna look at some of the comments because it's very funny. I'm gonna get a scripture, and that's gonna be it.
Indiana. You don't want to live in Indiana. Mm-hmm. I'm just being honest. I don't go back to Indiana now. My girl's from Indiana. I go back if I have to with my kids, but I don't go back there because I don't like that place. I just never forgot some of the hurtful stuff that was done. I saw that.
It's racist. I mean, that place, they still have KKK meetings,
man, I
downtown.
I saw my first KKK gathering, like Klan rally downtown in Indianapolis on TV. So, you know, that's just not a place for a black man.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
That's in the 80s. So
I didn't see it on TV. I saw it in person.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Because I was playing for the Pacers.
Oh, so you know exactly.
I know exactly. So I would go to a sandwich shop right across the street after practice. You know, I would get my little sandwich. I had a good rapport with the people in there. So they would see me coming in. They was like, hey, B, how you doing? You guys good win last night? Or, you know, blah, you know.
Yeah.
One time I went down there this particular day, they was like, you might want to take your order to go. I was like, what you mean? They said, well, they having a Klan meeting down here. I said, get the guy out of here. No, they having a Klan meeting. I was like, okay, give me my order. I'm going to turn around and watch this. I want to see
what's happening. Yeah.
And sure enough, right down there in Market Square Arena, right by that area.
I know what you're talking about.
They had a Klan meeting. And they had a rally. They had their hoods on and everything. And I sit there and watch that. Like, I can't believe it.
What year was that?
Yeah, so.
I bought these pants for my dad as a surprise gift, and he couldn't believe how amazing they were. First thing he said, these are
at a rally. They had their hoods on and everything, and I sit there and watch that. Like, I can't believe it.
What year was that?
92, 93.
Okay, yeah, because I think mine was in 1990. So
yeah, 92,
right.
93, somewhere in there. Because I played my first 10 years with the Lakers, then I signed with the Pacers. Put it that way, and I was like, wow, just
so I mean, you know, for me, when I left the Rams, I never wanted to leave the Rams. Like I say, you know, it's business. It became business. I got to try to take care of myself and life out because you know, football career is short. You know, it's really short. And when I saw that part of Indiana, I was like, wow. But man, I can say being there was like the first year or two wasn't bad. I mean, I went to my head coach, Ron Martin. You know, he traded for me, and he always said, I'll get you paid if I ever be a head coach. And he wasn't lying. I mean, he passed away, but that was my guy. I mean, the day he died, he was my guy. But going there, and then what they did was, like I said, my last couple of years, I went to get the hell out of there. You take a banner and hang over the rail. They took a banner and hang over the rail, and they had the picture of a black baby sitting in an Indian side position. They had watermelons on one side, stack of money on one side, with me eating 29 with me eating fried chicken.
I saw that.
And they let that hang in that place.
I saw that.
Man, I won't forget, as a girl I was dating, a sister. We flew with the rail. They took a banner and hang on the rail, and they had the picture of a black baby sitting in an Indian side position. They had watermelons on one side, stack of money on one side, with me eating 29 with me eating fried chicken.
I saw that.
And they let that hang in that place.
I saw that.
Man, I won't forget, there was a girl I was dating, a sister. We best friend named Holly. And after the game, she said, Eric, I was crying when I saw that. She said, I was so mad. She said, how could you even play? She said, how could you even stomach that? It was hard. I mean, it's hard. I pointed to it, and the brothers started laughing. I'm like, hey,
shit ain't funny.
I said, hey, Mom, that's you.
Right.
Oh, yeah, man. I said, just change the number. Just change the number.
That's my number, but
you black too. You black too.
Exactly.
So, they took it down by, I don't know, third quarter, something like that. But, man, that, I just never forgot it. And you know what, Byron?
So they hung it up. That was I think it was Eric Dickerson and I forget the other name of the other brother, but they hung it up until the third quarter. And here in Indiana, it's one of those situations, white pride. Like, seriously, man, they're very bold, and some of them, they're cool to deal with, I deal with a lot of them, but there's a lot of them that, on these jobs and stuff, they say some stuff and they just get away with it. Like, a guy said some shit the other day at my job, and I had to snap on him, and he just got away with it. They didn't even write him up or anything, man. And I still got to work around him, Yeah, so this is that kind of environment. All right, especially with what's going on, Civil War brewing in the background. Racism is brewing up. People are choosing sides. People are actually they about that now. They let you know. They don't care. Especially in these little hick towns, or places like Indiana, or places around the Midwest. Everywhere you go, pretty much, especially, especially these hardcore Trump supporters, or, they're going to let you know that they hate you, man. All right. And you got to grow up around these damn devils, man. So, the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. And some of them might be cool and stuff, but hey, when everything breaks down, you just never know what's going to happen, man. You can't be trusting in your enemy like that, because guess what? Just like they was back then when he was playing that football or basketball, whatever they was playing. I don't know which one that was. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but they the same way today, and probably worse. They still have Klan rallies. Probably they still got people that you would probably be at work with that you wouldn't even know that's in the Klan. And big ass monster trucks outside, revving their engines all the time. Oh yeah, they all got shotguns. You know how this goes, man. This ain't no this ain't my first time to the rodeo. You get to experience these things, and you know how it goes. So it says, never trust thine enemy. Yeah, they might be cool to you. You might be cool, have a few, relationships or whatever, but, and the ones that's Jakes. The ones that's going to be down with you till forever. Because some of them going to help us, especially during Jacob's trouble. Or even if they're not Jake. Some of them, the Lord going to put them in position. All right, and we're going to be helped, just like we've been helped along this journey. The scriptures speak about how they shall seek, they shall be mad at they shall seek to please the poor. Yeah, seek to please the poor. Yeah, who's the poor? You Israelites, you Negroes, Latino, Native Americans. But still, it says, never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So that's still in their heart. When they go home, a lot of them probably just be telling their children, don't be hanging around black people. Don't be hanging around no Mexicans, no Latinos. Don't be hanging around that dirty ass, that Native American. You know, they have these conversations. There's still enmity. It says, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yeah, he might humble himself and go crouching, try to help you out and stuff. Yet take good heed and beware of him. You know, he might want to act like, you know, he cool and stuff, and you know, you get to a point where you get closer to people, and then you realize, like, when they say, all they got to do is say, man, you know, they'll say some shit like, don't get offended or something, and you already know what's coming afterward, you know. That's because you got too close to him. You see, you didn't trusted your enemy too much. Oh, don't get offended, man, but can I tell you this black joke? Or can I tell you this or this, that, and the other? They'll say some shit like that. You know? Like some stupid shit. Like, why? But that was in them the whole time. The whole time they was nice to you. They may have bought you some food or whatever, took you here and there. You know, you probably, you know, did things, you know, with each other's families or whatever, man. Couples or whatever. Later on down the line, you know, those are the type of things that happen around here. Okay? It says, though he humble himself and go crouch and take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped the looking glass, as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. You're gonna understand, yeah, he's still a damn devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Especially when you hear things like these Republicans, this Democrats, and you know, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, you know, but you can tell that all these people are like, you know, they're all, you know, white pride, really, you know, like, you know, they'll say American pride or, you know, MAGA, or they'll say stuff like, you know, they'll say, you know, basically they're just representing white nationalist Christianity, but ultimately that it's all about imperialism and, you know, racism, you know, and you know there ain't nothing wrong with, you know, see that word, it just really means that you're for your race, your people, which we are for our people. But you know what I'm saying, like, that's what they about. That's what it's about, man. Like, they ain't, you know, they own the banking systems and everything. They own everything around you. You know, when you go to school and you see all the history books and everything, they got their images in it. They ain't teach you nothing about who you are. You learn about they kings and they people and how to how they conquered places and stuff like that. No, you got to get into the real world to understand real history and how our people was conquerors at once, man, and are going to be conquerors again. Yeah, so his rust has not altogether been wiped away. He's still the same devil. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither set him at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. That's right. Like, don't get too close, man. They get too close and they be like, oh, can I tell you this joke? You ain't gonna get offended. Or they'll say some shit like, you know, I got black friends. You know, you might have to confront them about some. I got black friends, man. Like, nah, man, fuck that shit, man. How many times we gotta hear that? You know, I got black friends. First of all, we ain't black, man. All right. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? or such as come nigh a wild beast, because he's a damn wild beast, really, man. He's untamed. He's a damn straight tyrant in the earth. Okay, and not all of them, because some of them may be Israelites. Some of them, you know, like I said, some of them they cool. Just like Jake. Jake is an asshole. A lot of Jake is damn demons. You know, our people. There, you got a bunch of fucking demons, man. And that's why the cops be shooting your ass down in the street, right? Because you're on demon time, right? You're gonna get your ass shot up on demon time too. And that's what it is. That's the judgment of the Lord. But Esau's something else. Oh, he go around the whole earth conquering and killing babies, you know, children, mothers, rape, rob, murder. He got a whole history, a long history, a long rap sheet. And the Lord ain't forgot anything. He ain't forgot about nothing that you did. It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and defileth and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? Yeah, you join into his fraternities and all these other things, his sororities. You know, you're getting involved with this, that, and the other. You know, then they set you up, you know, for failure. You know, they got to eat first, man. You know, they would rather you not be in front of them in any kind of thing, in any kind of situation. All right? You got a better car than them, they don't like that shit. You got a better looking woman than them, they don't like that shit. You got a better house than them, they don't like that. No, they don't like that, because this is their world. Okay? We just living in it. All right, until our king comes back. It says, for while he abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. He won't tarry. He wants you to fall. He'll set you up, set traps up, set you up at work, at your workstations or whatever. Set your ass up, man. Like, make some stuff happen to where you have to get in trouble. Right? It says, the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Yeah, he might be very nice. It says, but in his heart he imagineth to throw thee into a pit, you know? He speaks sweetly with his lips. That's how it is in Indiana. You know, a lot of people they cool and shit, but you know, you get a few drinks in them and they might try to tell you a nigga joke. You know? And then you gotta knock the nigga head off, man. Like, what the hell? Where'd that come from? But that's how it is here. All right? It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Yeah, he weep with his eyes, meaning basically he'll act like he feels sorry for you, and he'll act like he's on your side. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, so that's what he be doing through these different policies and different things like that. Say for instance, Section 8 with our women, man. Yeah, he pretended to help you for all these years. You thought you was getting away, but now he taking away everything from you, man. All right, all these things, man. He pretend to help you with these different programs, but now you can't even afford to go to the grocery store. You're taking away your food stamps. So you trusted in Egypt. That's back in the book of Isaiah. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help, man. A.K.A. America, spiritually Sodom and Egypt, wherein our Lord was crucified, according to Revelations chapter 11, man. This is that place. America is that place. Yeah, you trust in this system. You trust in your job, or you trust in these things. You know, you need a job, you need some money, but you trust you trying to move up, and you trying to think that this shit gonna last. No, he don't want you to get over him, man. Now they're gonna keep your ass on that same machine while you watch everybody else around you get trained on everything else. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Yeah, he always trying to get you in trouble. Manipulate some shit around you to try to get you in trouble. Set you up, store drugs on you and act like they're yours, but he didn't put them on you, man. Arrest you. All right, act like you had a gun, and shoot you up. He know you didn't have no damn gun. Punch you through the fucking window, pull you out the car. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. He always fucking with us. And though he pretend to help thee, yeah, he didn't beat your ass, but now he pretending to help you. Oh, I'll give you a lawyer, I'll give you, or this, that, and the other. You got to pay for this, that, and the other. Then they try to get you. It's all a fucking trap. Everywhere we go, we got to deal with this racism from this devil. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Yeah, oh, you need mental help, man. You crazy, man. That shit ain't. No, you did what you did. You try to get away with what he did to you. And then they let him get away because they run everything. You just one of a kind. You notice that in Indiana, like, you work at these factories, it's only like 3-4 black people. And everybody else is white. You work at construction jobs, it's probably like 2 or 3 black people, not even that. And everybody else is white. A few Mexicans, everybody else is white. They run everything, man. You got to deal with them. They're fucking covering the earth like a damn plague. And I want to make it clear, not all white folks are Esau Edom. All right, because, some of them are actually Jakes. They just look like that. Through the different, through our diaspora, we were spread across the earth. And we had sex with multiple women and had multiple colored babies. All right. But there's a certain spirit. Like the scriptures say, the spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of power. And you can tell who a demon and who's not. Who the devil is and who's not. You can tell by their actions in the earth. Okay? By the spirit that they have inside of them. And you can tell when you're at work or you're around people, you can tell if they're a damn demon or not, if they a damn Edomite or not, if they're a 2/3 or not, because a lot of these Jakes, they just damn demons too. They ain't never gonna get it. It says he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Yeah, so this is a devil. You got to watch out for this kind of person, man. All right. Anyway, with that, hopefully this message was edifying. Shalom.